The story of modern warfare is constantly evolving, and at the heart of this evolution lies the race for hypersonic weapons. Among the most ambitious projects in this race is the BrahMos-II missile, a hypersonic cruise missile currently under development by India in collaboration with Russia. This missile is set to redefine speed, power, and precision on the battlefield, and today we are going to explore everything we know so far about this remarkable piece of technology. BrahMos-II, also known as BrahMos Mach-II, is designed as the successor to the already world-famous BrahMos supersonic cruise missile. The original BrahMos, capable of flying at Mach 2.8 to Mach 3, has already established itself as the fastest supersonic cruise missile in the world in operational service. But the new variant aims to go even further. With hypersonic capabilities, BrahMos-II is expected to reach speeds between Mach 6 and Mach 7. This level of speed places it among the fastest missiles being developed anywhere on the planet. The very name BrahMos comes from the merging of two rivers, the Brahmaputra of India and the Moskva of Russia, symbolizing the joint effort between the two countries in developing this technological marvel. The BrahMos series has already proven its value across land, sea, air, and submarine platforms, giving the Indian Armed Forces an unmatched edge in versatility. But the BrahMos-II project is not just about improving speed, it is about creating a missile that will be nearly impossible to intercept with existing air defense systems. The missile is expected to feature a scramjet propulsion system, a revolutionary technology that allows sustained hypersonic flight. Unlike conventional engines, scramjets operate efficiently at hypersonic speeds by compressing incoming air without using moving parts, ensuring that the missile can maintain blistering velocities over long distances. This is what makes BrahMos-II not just a missile but a cutting-edge scientific achievement. When it comes to range, the BrahMos-II is projected to cover a distance of around 600 kilometers to possibly even more in future versions, depending on treaty restrictions and technological advances. With its hypersonic speed, this range means the missile can strike its target in a matter of minutes, drastically reducing the response time for enemy defenses. Targets that once required planning and coordination over hours could now be neutralized almost instantly. One of the key roles envisioned for BrahMos-II is anti-ship warfare. Naval dominance has always been critical in modern conflicts, and hypersonic missiles like BrahMos-II could tip the balance of power in the oceans. The missile would be able to target enemy warships with such speed that traditional defensive measures such as close-in weapon systems and anti-missile interceptors would have little to no chance of neutralizing the threat. In addition, it is also expected to be used in land attack roles, making it a dual-purpose weapon of strategic significance. The missile's guidance system will reportedly build upon the proven technologies of the original BrahMos, featuring advanced navigation, targeting, and possibly even artificial intelligence-driven maneuvering to evade defenses. At hypersonic speeds, even small adjustments can make a missile extremely hard to track and intercept, giving BrahMos-II a clear advantage in contested battle zones. While BrahMos-II is still under development, its strategic implications are already being debated worldwide. Hypersonic weapons are seen as the future of warfare because they compress the decision-making window for adversaries to almost zero. Countries like the United States, China, and Russia are all investing heavily in hypersonic technologies, and India's participation in this elite race highlights its growing technological and defense capabilities. Once operational, BrahMos-II will place India firmly among the top nations possessing hypersonic strike weapons. Beyond the battlefield, the project also represents technological self-reliance and innovation. India's collaboration with Russia on BrahMos has always been a two-way exchange of expertise, and BrahMos-II will push Indian scientists, engineers, and defense manufacturers into new domains of propulsion, materials science, and guidance systems. The experience gained from this project could pave the way for future indigenous hypersonic missiles, enhancing India's defense industry and reducing reliance on foreign technologies. However, the path to developing BrahMos-II is not without challenges. Hypersonic flight involves extreme temperatures, requiring advanced heat-resistant materials to prevent structural damage. Guidance systems must be precise despite the massive aerodynamic stresses at such speeds. Moreover, international treaties and technology transfer limitations make progress slower than it would otherwise be. But India has consistently demonstrated determination in overcoming technological hurdles, as seen with projects like Agni-V and the original BrahMos. For the Indian Armed Forces, BrahMos-II will be a game-changer once it enters service. Deployed from mobile launchers, ships, submarines, or even aircraft, this missile would provide unmatched strike capabilities against both land and naval targets. It would act as a powerful deterrent, signaling to adversaries that India can strike with lightning speed and pinpoint accuracy, leaving no time for counteraction. In the bigger picture, BrahMos-II is more than just a weapon, it is a symbol of India's rise in the global defense landscape. It demonstrates not only the ability to keep pace with military superpowers but also the vision to develop futuristic technologies that will define tomorrow's conflicts. As the world watches closely, the unveiling of BrahMos-II will mark a new chapter in defense innovation, where speed, precision, and power combine to create the ultimate weapon of deterrence. This is the story of BrahMos-II, the missile that could make history as one of the fastest and most formidable weapons ever built. It is still under development, but its potential has already captured global attention. When finally unveiled, BrahMos-II will not only strengthen India's security but also redefine what is possible in the age of hypersonic warfare. Would you like me to also prepare the YouTube SEO package for this video, including title, description, hashtags, keywords, and tags, like I made for your previous requests?